Welcome to my channel. Here is a detailed review of the 2018 Indian spy thriller Raazi, directed by Meghna Gulzar. The film is based on the novel Calling Shehmat by Harinder Shikka, which itself is a true inspired story of a young Indian woman who marries into a Pakistani family during the 1971 Indo-Pak War as a spy for India. The emotional stakes are high. It isn't just about espionage, but about identity, sacrifice, loyalty, and personal cost. Many critics felt that the film rewrites the spy thriller genre with emotions instead of explosions. Alia Bhatt as Shehmat is widely praised. Critics describe her performance as the soul of the film, capable of conveying an internal conflict without falling into typical bombast. For example, Deccan Clarence says her innocence, naturalistic portrayal and breakdown is beyond imagination. Her act in Raazi is more or less at par Urta Punjab. The director Meghna Gulzar deliberately avoids turning into a jingoistic us versus them spectacle. Instead, there is a subtle tension, quieted moments, and humanizations of characters across the border. For instance, the Times of India noted that jingoism has been avoided and the film keeps you invested in its drama. Common Sense Media's review likewise notes that although the film is violent and suspenseful, it is more about the personal toll of war and espionage than big bang action. The production design, costumes, setting 1971 era, and the way the film uses vintage cars, period details, etc. are noted by critics as helping to ground the story in a believable world. The screenplay by Bhavani Iyer and Gulzar builds suspense steadily rather than relying purely on action set pieces. The theme of the movie is patriotism versus personal cost. The film asks tough questions about what patriotism demands, what it means to serve a country, and what you might have to sacrifice: family, identity, love. This is one of the strongest dramatic threads. Identity and double lives. Shehmat is living between two worlds, her Indian roots and her Pakistani household life. The tension of living lie, of being adept yet vulnerable, is central. Humanizing the other. One of the refreshing aspects is that Pakistani characters are not all painted as mystic, thrilling villains. They are ordinary people with loyalties, emotions, which adds depth. Some viewers appreciated this significantly. Female-led spy narrative. It's relatively rare in many mainstream Indian cinema to have a female lead in a spy thriller of this scale. That alone makes Raazi stand out. Words broad impact. The film uses the backdrop of the 1971 conflict not just for action, but as context for the moral and emotional strain of espionage and divided loyalties. Is it worth watching? Yes, absolutely. If you are interested in a spy thriller that is intelligent, emotionally grounded, with strong performances, especially by Alia Bhatt, then Raazi is a solid pick. It won't necessarily deliver non-stop action explosions like some commercial thrillers, but it offers something deeper. If I were to grade it 4 out of 5 stars, based on its ambition, execution, and uniqueness in the Indian cinema context. If you are less keen on slower burn thrillers or expect high action, you might feel that the film dips in the second half or takes some liberties, but on balance, its strengths outweigh its weakness. Thank you.